Hello. Welcome to episode 2 of the Project Legacy build. I filmed a bunch of stuff the other day, but it probably wasn't quite what I wanted it to be. It was a lot of time-lapse stuff and not a lot of to camera, which I think is important just to show you, and for myself, I guess too, all the stuff that I'm doing as I'm doing it. 2 things have changed. 1, the door is off, and 2, I have no hair. Upon review of the footage of taking the door off, I had some shots that were straight down, and I was like, brother, that like one meme where he's like, it's time. But
oh, I see.
Oh my God, that's awful. That's not right.
Anyway, so what I'll do is basically recap what happened in the last episode 2 and sort of cover off what happened and what we got to, and then what our plans are for today. So, started off by tackling the intake system. The filter box came out, the filter came out.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
And then I gave it a really good clean because, holy, it was just disgusting. My goal is to obviously replace it at some point, but the purposes of getting a waff, I just needed to be able to feed the engine with clean air rather than completely inhibiting it, which is, I think, achieved. After that, moving further along the intake system, the box came off, and as I expected, it had a little split. So yeah, so need to film repairing that today, which will be cool. And then the throttle body came off, and that got a really good clean because it had some really like scratchy sort of burnt built up carbon on the back plate. Didn't actually get any suspension stuff done. I didn't get to take any boots or anything off, which was on the list, but it didn't happen, but that's all good. So probably gonna tackle that today as well. What we did manage to do is actually finish off the oil change. So unlike the cunt who put it on before me, you just do it fucking hand tight. You don't put it on like you're fucking Hulk Hogan, because you can't get the fucking cut off. And the oil filter went on, which is nice. Another really important piece that happened as well was the door came off, which is awesome. Yeah, so that's pretty much where things are at. I did put it out in the last episode that I wanted a name for the project, but I actually had one friend come back and said a good name. Wow, good, debatable. He said, because I'm Regan and it's a legacy, he said call it Project Legacy, and he said it's double funny because that's how Japanese people would say legacy. So yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, yeah, it's great. I have got the boots and everything else on order, so they're coming from Partsuk, and yeah, so there's some parts in the mail, but yeah, we'll just do a bit of a play today and see what we get up to. So this is the offending article in question. The common thing is the split. I talked to a wrecker who I know, who wrecks Subarus, and he said that on about 30 that he checked in the past from, I think it was a yard or something, or maybe just in general, all of them, not a single one, didn't have this crack. It's really common. There is an aftermarket box that's made of stainless called it's a Kakimoto design. So I'll just show you quickly what it actually looks like and how you know if it's cracked all the way through. So yeah, the way you check is you just put your eye up to this main throttle body hole, you block off the hole of the intake on the other side, and then you shine a light over the top. And if the light is coming through, then air is coming through. Now there's a certain rule I try and live my life by when it comes to a lot of things, and doing car stuff is one of them, and that is 80-20. It's not good, but it's not worse. That's the thing. So this is the other part of the airbox and the most important part of the air intake system, which is this little hoodookie here, which is called the mass airflow sensor, or the MAF. But a mass airflow sensor basically tells the engine how much air is whooshing past this little element, so it knows how much fuel to add in order to make the damn thing run. So by having that crack in the other box, there's unmetered air coming in. That's why you need things as sealed up and as tight as possible. So we'll take this out, give it a clean, because they also need a clean, because this little film element here gets dirty over time. And then we'll give this box and this housing a clean just because aesthetics. So CRC have got a lineup of just dozens of chemicals and sprays and all kinds of things. And it is important that you do trust their testing and use the correct one. They are just various amounts and forms of hydrocarbons and things like that that clean these things off. But it's important that you use the right tool for the right job. So when I was cleaning the throttle body cleaner, pay the money, get the right tool for the job, and know that you're treating your sensors and expensive stuff correctly, because if they break, they cost a lot more than a can of CRC to keep it going. This is my cat. His name is Bo. Well, it's my parents' cat because I gave him to him. Because he doesn't have a tail anymore. Because he got hit by a car. And they paid for the surgery, so he stayed alive. Because we were going overseas a week later. What do you think? Do you think I should keep this car? Do you think I should sell it? He says, ooh, Subaru Legacy. Actually, I have a picture of him on my old 3-litre. Oh, that's back when you had a tail. Yes, you had a tail. Now, moving into the first job for this side of things is the steering rack boot. So a boot on this inside point here is designed to keep all the grease inside there. It's not a seal as such, it's more of like a cover to just stop crap getting in and keeping a little bit of juice from getting out, but that has split. So unfortunately, we will be leaking grease. And then the grease can run out, can get hard, which hopefully hasn't happened, but we'll have a look. So the first thing to do when starting with that is removing your outer, your tie rod basically, which is the thing that connects the steering rack via this little boy here. Yeah, so let's go about at taking that off. So I've had some visitors.
What whoop we taking? What whoop we taking?
What do you think we take, audience? Do we take the Honda, the K24 Jazz, or the 2ZZ Corolla Turbo? They are nice, aren't they? Start it up with the exhaust as open as possible.
I am very disappointed!
And there is the steering rack boot. So you can see there's the wee splits. Hello. So we've got a new one on order, and we'll replace it in due course. But for now, it goes in the bin. First fucking try. Well, unfortunately, I've done that thing that I keep doing where the car is in way more of a fucking disassembled state than what it was when I started. Yeah, the axle's out, which is cool. The header's off, that's also cool. The diff is drained. But it's just one of those things, you know, you're working on a Subaru, a fucking GR Corolla shows up, and then before you know it, your legacy is in bits. Thank you for watching this episode. Episode 3 will hopefully be more of what a proper video should be. It should be more like me saying, I'm gonna do this, and then doing it, instead of fucking just nonsense. Anyway, so thank you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!
Whatever's happened out there, if for whatever reason
Damn! Not many people know, but there's an option from factory with Honda. You can actually get every panel a different shade of red.